going to be like no other. This is our first virtual celebration of hope and optimism. We'll be looking at the past, present, and future of the North County San Diego Women's March. I'm really excited. The march is 2 days away, so that means that you have 2 days left to tell all your friends and family from North County and beyond. This is a virtual march, so we don't have to stop just here in North County. Make sure that you have all your friends and family registered. If you haven't already, register. We will be posting our links throughout the week. And again, we have 2 days left until our march. So I'm here with Sue, our co-founder of the North County San Diego Women's March, and Sue will be just telling us a little bit about the history of the march and just shedding some light on what we have in store this weekend. Sue?
Hi, Venus. Thanks for the introduction. I am so excited that our march has moved from the face-to-face, standing shoulder to shoulder, which we think is really important, to where we are today. That our march 5 years ago was set up in North County, San Diego, for the voices of North County, San Diego activists, or anybody. And we had no idea how many people in North County would join us. And we woke up and we planned the march, and there was over 10,000 people, and the response was amazing. And that was 5 years ago. And as we move forward, we've had many community organizations that have grown up and developed, and so much activity that we would like to say was spurred on by the march. And we've had many women elected to local positions and organizations that grew up, and so much community activism. And our goal has always been to give the voice to the members of the community who are boots on the ground. And then all of a sudden, we're getting ready to do the 5th annual march, and we can't do a march. We can't even in good conscience justify asking people to come out and stand shoulder to shoulder with us, considering what's happening with COVID, because we're really committed to ensuring that all members of our community are safe. And I'm sitting there, and I've invited Venus, and I invited Kelly, and it's like, what are we going to do, and how are we going to manage this? And they look at me and says, don't worry. And it's kind of part of my dream was always to be able to turn around and start turning this action over to other people. It should not just be my voice, it's a community voice. I'm looking at them, and it's like, really? And they said, yes, we can do a virtual event, and the event will be amazing. And so for me, one of the things I had to do was believe in our vision of community voices and being able to ensure that there would be a whole new generation of people that would want to take on what this action had started. And so we kind of turned around and said, okay, we're going to have faith in something that I don't know anything about, because I'm kind of old school and I can organize, and we can have rallies and we can have marches. But this whole concept of doing things virtually was definitely not in my wheelhouse. So it's the ability to be able to turn around and trust and have faith in the ability of other people to take the vision and morph it into whatever needs to happen for whoever's carrying that torch forward. And we had a Ruth Bader Ginsburg memorial. And Venus and I had called Rob Howard. I said, hey, do you know a young person that can come and speak? And he said, yes, I have someone in mind. I have Venus Johnson in mind. I said, okay, because I trust like Rob. And all of a sudden there's Venus. And she's just this star. And I'm kind of quirky in my own way. And the sober, I said, oh my goodness, there's my new BFF. And it was Venus. And I said, Venus, we are planning the North County San Diego Women's March. I have no idea what it's going to look like. How would you like to be our host? And Venus was more than willing to embrace the idea, but not only embrace the idea as the host, but to put her boots on the ground and to organize her peers to ensure that we would be able to reach the entire community, from the generation that's handing off the baton to the generation that's taking over the baton, to our young people that are actively engaged in whatever the community's asks are and demands are. So Venus, thank you so much for the introduction, and my excitement about what we're going to see on Saturday is boundless. And my appreciation and my thankfulness to you and your unwavering support and desire to be able to be committed not only to you and your community, but to move all of these actions forward. So we have the past where we started, we have the present where we are, and we have the present, which is with Venus right now, but I'm going to look to those voices to be able to lead us to the next space that we need to go. So come join us January 23rd, 11 o'clock. Venus, we have all of the links where you can join us. You'll be able to be participating in real time, and we just look forward to seeing you at our event.
Yes, and I'm so excited that we could reimagine what this virtual march will look like. And Sue, I know a big part of our North County San Diego Women's March is also making sure that we honor and elevate the voices of North County. And a way that we're doing that is by asking, what is your ask? So we made sure that we asked all of our speakers, all of the organizations that we're working with, what is your ask and how can we help contribute to you? So Sue, I know that the North County San Diego Women's March has their own ask. So could you please shed light on that and tell us what is your ask?
So every year we do an ask. We've asked for products, we've asked for things that just for women. And this year with COVID and a heightened awareness of what we're calling period poverty, that we have many, many women and young women who do not have access to feminine hygiene products, that they don't have access, particularly after COVID and the number of people that are homeless or housing insecure, or because community centers have closed down and schools have closed down, and other opportunities to be able to get the hygiene products that they need, pads and tampons, they're at a loss. And we're turning around and we're looking, what are the things that we can best do to benefit and empower young women and moms and women, because oftentimes talking about menstrual issues is embarrassing, that our ask is that you please donate. And the donation button is on the bottom, to the North County San Diego Women's March. And we are going to take care of North County facilities, because at this moment, there's not one organization that orchestrates that. So all of the money that's sent will be able to go to organizations in North County, from Escondido, Operation Hope, Vanessa's organization, any of the organizations that we know that address issues for women who are housing insecure and their teenage daughters, that they'll be able to not have to choose between food or gas or going to work, that they'll have what they need in order to not be humiliated and embarrassed and be able to be medically safe and hygienic. So we would like you to donate so that we can provide feminine hygiene products for all our women in need in North County, San Diego.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sue, for just shedding light on what this Women's March is really all about, and especially telling us about how we can help end period poverty. So if you haven't already, make sure you donate. And we also have a Venmo link up there, so you can just scan your phone and make it really easy to donate to the Women's March. So thank you again, Sue.
And thank you.
Bye. And up next, we have a wonderful, amazing guest, Alyssa Junius, who is half of the Sultry Sisters. And if you know anything about North County, you definitely should know about the Sultry Sisters. And if you haven't already, I'm so happy that she's here on our platform, and she can shed a little bit more light to who the Sultry Sisters are, what they're about, what their movement is about, and who they are as a collective. So, Alyssa?
Hi there. Hi, everyone. My name is Alyssa Junius. My pronouns are she, her, and Sia. And I'm co-founder of the Sultry Sisters, and we are an arts and wellness collective, and we center our programs on collective healing and creative expression. So that's essentially what Sultry Sisters focus on. I'm a local artist and educator. And so what I bring to the Sultry Sisters is using art as a form of empathy building, a form to acknowledge our emotions and process it as a community, because we believe in healing as a collective movement.
Amazing. And I know I heard through the grapevine that you all just had an anniversary. Am I correct?
Yes, we just celebrated our 2nd year anniversary this past Wednesday. We're so happy to be here in our community of North County, and we're looking forward to sharing our story more on Saturday so we can connect with more of our people in North County.
Wonderful. And we'll hear more about the Sultry Sisters later in the week, especially on Saturday. So, of course, if you haven't already, I'll reiterate, make sure you're registered for our event and tune in so you can know more about the Sultry Sisters. And to step a little bit outside of Sultry Sisters, Alyssa, I really want to tap into who you are as an individual, because you also are a creative outside of Sultry Sisters. And can you just tell me a little bit of the artist and creative that you are?
Yes, so I'm a local performing artist here in San Diego. I'm a choreographer and I also perform for various theaters here, La Jolla Playhouse and Oceanside, even Oceanside Theater Company right here in North County. And so for me, it's been really important ever since I graduated from college to come back home and use my talent to educate the youth in the arts, but also to share my passion in the arts as a way to build empathy and share stories of my own personal story. One person who is so inspiring to me that I was able to meet in 2020 is Dinah Polanitz, and she told me art is personal, communal, and universal. And I remember last year when I wasn't able to work, I was, I was really grieving that loss of being connected to my art form because I'm a performance artist. And she reminded me that art is activism and that I could use my talent to amplify stories and to mobilize. And so what I ended up partnering with the Disco Riot dance company in creating a dance film to promote voting in 2020. And I'm really excited for the piece I created. It's called Handle with Care. And it's really a piece to represent my personal experience, but also a communal experience with another artist. I was able to collaborate with a musician and composer, Shayla James, and we were able to create a musical score and a dance to really embody a quote by Alex Ale. She is a Black poet, and it's, "You can be soft and still be sturdy. You can be a force and still be delicate." And when it comes to us women marching for our different issues, I just wanted to create a piece that reminds us that we are nuanced. We can be strong, we can be loud, but we also can be soft, and we can also rest, and we also can take care of ourselves and each other at the same time.
That's beautiful. And that's exactly what this Women's March is about. And you articulated it perfectly. So I'm so happy that your group, you as a collective, you as Sultry Sisters, is aligned with our mission and our movement. And as you mentioned, handled with care, this piece that you put together. And as you said, I love that quote by Dinah. And if you don't know North County, Dinah is also a force in North County, San Diego. So we fully support her. And Dinah said, art is activism and it's also personal. So I love your Handle with Care piece. And we actually have it here today so everyone can see. So now we can go into Handle with Care by Alyssa Junius.
The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman.
And one of the questions as a child I had was why? Why us? Black Lives Matter offers answers to the why. It offers a new vision for young Black girls around the world that we deserve to be fought for.
Amazing, amazing. And thank you so much for sharing that piece with us, Alyssa, and the transparency and the vulnerability that you had to, step into in creating that piece. So thank you so much.
Thank you for allowing me to share it once again.
Of course, of course. So up next, we have Vanessa Graziano, who is another amazing North County, San Diego community member. Vanessa, are you here? Hi, Vanessa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. And sorry?
Oh, thanks so much for having me. I just wanted to say so.
Of course, of course. And so could you tell North County a little bit about the work that you do here in North County, and more to highlight the climate on the homeless and secure population in our community?
Of course. So right now, I just recently started a nonprofit called the Oceanside Homeless Resource back in May. And what we are doing right now is really focusing on families and youth and children and individuals. And we created a grassroots shelter where we can bring them in and really give them those resources that they need to help them move forward. So we give them an opportunity to come in really as they are. And then we work with them, and we work with wraparound services and different organizations, so many different amazing organizations out here to really help each individual get off the streets permanently. So we've been doing this since May, and right now we do have about 17 rooms and 34 clients, and some of those are children and youth, and we've been really, our goal is to really bring in those supportive services and be love on the ground and be out there just creating a community and building connections so they really understand their worth, and it helps them move forward.
Awesome. I love that. And Vanessa, could you also just shed a little bit light into what got you driven into this path? What called you to allow this to become your passion, and why do you do the work that you do?
Definitely. So I myself has 6 years clean. I struggled with meth addiction when I was around 32 years old, and I'm 44 today. So one of the big reasons I decided to do this was a couple of years ago. It was really on my heart. I just felt God pulling me to create a group called the Oceanside Homeless Resource on Facebook, and just reach out to our community and explain to them, I feel like it's a little bit misunderstood, and just to bring hope and love and light. And so that's what I started doing. And we really started combining and helping families get off the streets. And then when the COVID hit, I realized that there really were no shelters here in Oceanside, and I needed to do something different. So I just reached out with my heart to the community, and we have been privately funding this grassroots shelter since May. And I'm doing this because there's hope, and I wanted to bring that back and show people that just because someone's out there and they're struggling with addiction or they're homeless like I was also, there's hope to bring them back around. And it's really stems from love. And I really wanted to be somebody that connected our community and brought love on the ground. And that's what I'm doing. So
I love that.
thank you.
I love that. And that's also, why we're marching for hope and optimism of our future. And so another big question that the North County San Diego Women's March has to ask you is, why will you march? We have a hashtag that is circulating and generating, hashtag I March Because. And essentially, we can march as a virtual marcher from anywhere. You can do it in your backyard. You can go out and make sure you're COVID safe, wear masks, be socially distanced, and you can march wherever you want. However, make sure there's a cause that's connected to that. If I want to take 50 steps for the 50 women in my life that have been affected by breast cancer, then that's why I choose to march. So, Vanessa, I ask you, why do you march?
I march for the 34 clients I have here at the motel, 10 of them being children. I march for the people that are out on the streets, unsheltered, that are misunderstood, that need somebody to love them. That's why I march.
Wonderful. I love that. And also, really quickly, before we end here with you, I heard you're also a songwriter and a singer. So could you please just shed light onto you as a songwriter and a singer?
I am. Thank you for bringing that up. So yes, I've been singing since I was 5, and that was one of my really huge passions. Even growing up, I used to do studio work and did a lot, and then I started struggling. Right. But I always written songs, and recently I wrote a song called "Just for Today," and I was able to record it at this incredible studio. And I'm going to drop some names because Jason Mraz and Jeff Berkeley recorded this song for me, and I had a friend help me. And, it's really about the struggle and being able to use my words to connect us all. And it's just about getting through the storm and realizing that there's light always in darkness. And it's all about strength.
Yes, and for North County San Diego viewers, you can catch Vanessa's amazing song this Saturday, January 23rd, during our virtual march. So again, if you haven't already, make sure that you register so that you can catch and witness and support our North County voice right here during our march on Saturday. So thank you so much, Vanessa, and we look forward to hearing your beautiful voice on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you, Venus. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you. And could I also ask you, what is your ask, Vanessa?
My ask is that we come together and, all of us have certain talents, right? All of us can bring certain things. So I ask that we come together and we help these people get off the streets together. There's so many different organizations and I'm only one person. So I ask that we collaborate and we bridge and we become a team of amazing hearts out here that really, really impact other hearts and help them move forward.
Thank you, Vanessa. And we have Alyssa here back just to shed light on some of the other confirmed artists that we have for our show on Saturday. So Alyssa, tell us about that.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was able to participate and also rallying some artists for the Saturday celebration. Again, art is a form of community building, resilience building, and coming together to connect through art. So we have some incredible artists, and with art, there's so much power in words. There's so much power in visualization. There's so much power in embodying our feelings and embodying where we want to go and our vision. So we're so excited to have other artists share their work, share their stories, and amplify the issues and the topics that they are passionate about as well.
That's wonderful. So I'm so excited that we have a diverse and myriad of different artists. So again, if you haven't already, make sure you're registered for our event on Saturday. It's going to be like no other. And also, to accompany our march, we also have a selfie challenge that we're doing. So take a selfie, or you can even take a video and follow us and tag us and let us know why you march. Make sure you include our hashtag #IMarchBecause. Because like I said, we're marching for a reason. We're marching for a cause. So it's all about that unity, and we can express that through our selfie challenge. And Alyssa, I know the Sultry Sisters, as a gift to the North County San Diego Women's March, you all also created a playlist for us.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, one of our most favorite soul care practices is movement and music. So we wanted to gift the North County San Diego Women's March with a beautiful playlist. It's titled Together We Rise, and it's about 2 hours long to represent 10,000 steps. So whether you're walking for 5 minutes or you're going to walk that 10,000 steps, we have a playlist that's going to motivate you while you're doing it. You can listen to it while you're cleaning your house. You can listen to it while you're dancing. You can listen to it while you're marching. The point is that we are going to be connected through art. We're going to be vibrating on those beautiful words of the artists that we have curated for you in that playlist. So we're very excited to share one of our favorite soul care practices with y'all, and we hope you can jam with us.
Yes. So again, if you're like, okay, where's this playlist, this super cool playlist that they're talking about? Well, guess what? Friday, tomorrow, the day before the march, we will be premiering that playlist. So you can stay tuned. You can listen to it before the march, before 11. You can listen to it after, and you can take a selfie while you're listening to the music. And again, tag us and use our hashtag #IMarchBecause. So Alyssa, also to the audience, could you give us what is your ask or your call to action?
My call to action is inspired by my Peace Handle with Care. I want you to listen to your body and ask yourself, what do you need? And then once you take care of yourself, I want you to turn to your family. I want you to turn to your friends and ask them what they need, because it all starts with us. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to put yourself first. I want you to stay safe and healthy. And I want you to join us on Saturday and join us in community on this virtual celebration, because I'm so excited.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alyssa. So we'll talk to you on Saturday.
All right, bye.
Awesome. And again, North County, if you haven't already, you see this is going to be an incredible event with an incredible amount of support and foundations and organizations that's backing us here. And we're so excited for this virtual celebration of hope and optimism. It's going to be like no other. So again, if you haven't, make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and even on Twitter. So follow us, tag us, let us know you're registered, let us know you're ready for the march, and we'll see you on Saturday, 11 to 1. And so as we close, I want to give a huge thanks to all of our sponsors who allowed this movement and march to become possible. So again, thank you to all our sponsors, and we'll see you on Saturday.